Buster Baxter, apparently you've been obsessively nipping at my ankles for months. You've committed yourself to being a drama farmer, and I understand your frustration. It puts you at a perpetual state of being both a contrarian and trying to conjure up plex with people that are more successful than you. That has to hurt because you know that it's not sustainable. But unfortunately for you, you will not be getting the back and forth public spat you desperately crave. You'll have to bum off someone else's following. This quote tweet is probably the highlight of your year, but there will be no further engagement from me. But we might as well use this as an opportunity to educate. You vastly overstate your intelligence, so your arrogance will prevent you from learning anything about business/shipping, etc. But there are indies out there that will find this information useful. Using a 3PL like ShipBob is something that we've considered. In fact, we briefly had one as reinforcements. However, a company of our scale, the pros do not outweigh the cons. For us, no, they could not provide better service. Both the checkout and shipping experience can only be as flexible as the 3PL is willing to be. Being our own distributor, we get to determine how and when our orders are shipped. Also, when there are errors, it is far easier to identify the problems when you handle your own fulfillment. As an example, an entire batch can be messed up by a 3PL. For us, this could be thousands of orders. Though they have to fix it, your company has to deal with the backlash from customers and lost product. Dealing with limited quantity items like comics, this is risky. 3PLs are generally hiring temps that have no relationship to your product. This is why hiring your own people with skin in the game is an absolute game changer. 3PLs do not work for free. It's a business. If there was no money in it, they wouldn't do it. Because we sell so many items, not just one comic, and will only increase in volume, we actively are losing money by using a 3PL. If we sold one item with 0 variations, perhaps it makes sense to use a 3PL, but that's not the Rippaverse. During ISOM-1's campaign, we sold 51K plus orders, 100K plus individual items with nearly 5,000 variations. We sold 3 covers, and if you add signed copies, that's 6 variations. We sold posters and 3 shirts with 8 variations a pop, trading cards, which had to be sleeved and boxed, a concept art book, etc. ShipBob, for example, is going to charge pick fees, which are only going to rise the more unique the items are. If I'm generous, let's say they charged us $2 an order on average. That's 100K plus on that alone. But that's just the start of the fees. The storage and packing are how 3PLs get you. They charge you to receive it, and they charge you to store it. All of our items have to be pre-prepped. Books have to be bagged and boarded. Posters have to be put in tubes. This is labor you are going to be charged. ShipBob charges $40 a pallet to store a month. Between books, custom boxes, and other merchandise, it took several hundred pallets to get us through the campaign. You can see just how these costs to get through a campaign would be massive. Sure, we spent a lot of money up front to get our new warehouse. However, after another $1 million campaign, it proved to be the smart financial decision. It went into our own equity, and it is now cheaper to operate a staff warehouse as opposed to using a 3PL. We are about to accelerate in terms of our release schedule. More books and more merch being released faster. We are saving money by keeping it in-house. Both logistically and financially, we benefit the most from doing our own fulfillment. I understand that screeching on the internet and being an edgelord gasses you up and tricks you into believing that you know how to operate a business at our scale. But it is clear you're out of your wit. You're welcome for the economic lesson. At your expense, I'm sure some of our great customers got some insight. Though you should, I don't expect you to shut up when grown folks are talking. Your constant attempt to derail our business didn't work. I suggest you see a therapist to help cope with that. Either way, I'm sure some other public figure will eventually give you that public constant engagement you want, but it won't be me. Good luck, Buster.